If you can't stomach eating reheated leftover meat because it is dry and stringy and just generally gross, this video is for you. It's really just for anybody who wants to be better at cooking meat. I've got 3 quick tips for you. Number 1, take the meat out of the refrigerator before you're ready to cook it. The USDA says that meat can sit unrefrigerated for up to 2 hours before there's a risk of bacteria growing that causes foodborne illness. So take the meat out, let it come up to temperature a little bit. What happens when you throw an ice cold piece of meat into a blazing hot skillet or a piping hot grill is that it takes a really long time for the center to get done. By the time the center's done, the rest of the piece is severely overcooked. So let it come up to temperature for as long as you safely can. Number 2, all meat is going to continue cooking once you remove it from the heat. So if you want to eat your meat at 165 and you cook it until 165, by the time it hits your plate, it's gonna be closer to 175. And that's overdone, especially if you're gonna reheat it again. It's gonna be super dried out by then. I'm not recommending you eat undercooked meat. I'm just saying, consider how much it's gonna carry over cook by the time it gets to your plate. Which brings me to my 3rd quick tip. Let that meat rest. All of those juices are bubbling and boiling and excited as it's cooking. And if you slice right into that meat, all those juices are gonna spill right out onto the plate. So let it rest a good 5, maybe even 10 minutes, that's even better. And let those juices redistribute through the piece of meat so that after it rests, it's still moist and juicy and tender and not dried out, okay? So 1, take it out of the cold before it's time to use it. 2, pull it off before the desired temperature. Number 3, let it rest as long as you can. And if all else fails, if you end up with meat that somebody else overcooked, you can always put it in soups or sauces or cook it in a little bit of broth or saute it in some butter. Whatever you do, don't reheat it dry in the microwave because that will really be gross. All right, that was my 3 quick tips for avoiding overcooking your meat so you can use it again for leftovers. While I've got you, I am super excited to be hosting a mindful meal planning webinar this Thursday, January 12th at 6 and 8 p.m. Those are central times, 1 hour. I'm going to tell you all about how I save thousands of dollars every year on groceries. No coupons, no bargain shopping, no weekly ads. So come and join me, 1 hour. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I can't wait to see everybody.